Hello everyone! Walk Talks back in the saddle after a bit of a break since my last video. Have you missed me? I've missed you terribly. Anyway, today we're playing a new game. We're playing Satisfactory, a game which is in early access, brought to you by the same people who brought you the classic Goat Simulator. So if you don't know what Satisfactory is, it's a factory building game all about automation, very similar to Factorio, which has been around for several years now. But the key difference is, unlike Factorio, this is a 3D game. So that's enough of an intro. Let's go ahead and jump straight in, and I'll show you what I've been mucking around with. So I'm about 15 hours in. I'm taking my time. I'm definitely not an expert at these kind of games, so I'm enjoying just getting to grips with the world and figuring out how everything works. So here you have the beautiful wide expanse that is my wonderful factory. You can see all this gorgeous green grass and natural rock formations, and we're just destroying all of it with these beautiful looking uniform concrete squares. Alright, so I'll show you the main object of the game. Behind me is this absolutely massive structure. This is a space elevator, and as the name suggests, it goes up to space, and the idea is basically to fill it with materials in order to get upgrades. So, I'm going to take you basically on a walking tour of my factory. It's not too big at this stage, but there are a few things I'm quite proud of. Now, I should keep in mind that when I get down from this here, I haven't really figured out how to do that properly, so there's a good chance I'm going to take some damage. Let's see how we go. Oh, there we go. Yes, success. Haha. Alrighty. So, over here's the hub. The hub's where you do research and all that kind of stuff, but it's really boring, so I'm not going to show it to you. What will I show you first? I'll show you these wonderful looking conveyor belts. Now the reason they're not moving is because, apart from this one, is they're all full. So these ones are full of rods, there's iron ore going into that one, and there's plate going into that one, and coal going into nowhere yet, but that's okay. And as you can see, as I'm running towards it, you can see some bags of concrete coming up quickly. Concrete's very helpful. All the structures you see, all this stuff over here, these scaffolds and all that sort of stuff, that's all built with concrete, so I use a lot of concrete in my buildings. Over here, to the left of your screen, you'll find my iron mining setup. So I've got miners, so these are basically big drills that are on the iron deposits. They make iron ore, which is here, that gets smelted into iron ingots here, and these iron ingots get smelted into iron plates, and the plates are very useful for building a whole bunch of other stuff. And so those plates just get fed into my main setup. So these are iron rods being produced, and as you can see, unlike Factorio where you have to build everything flat, you can use a lot of verticality in Satisfactory, which is really fun. So I've got this other mining setup here, but instead these ingots are making iron rods, which again you need to use for a lot of stuff. So you'll also see here a really long conveyor belt I just set up for my coal. So I'm going to run all the way down and show you where that comes from. If you're lucky, as we're going along, we might see one of my trucks. Alright. So yeah, I think early stages yet, but I think that Satisfactory is much more accessible than Factorio. I'm by no means an expert, but I found Factorio very challenging to get into with ratios and all that stuff and trying to build everything perfectly. Whereas Satisfactory, you can kind of build stuff really wherever you like. So all this that I'm working on right now, I've built all of this just to make traversal a bit easier, not just for me, but for my wonderful coal trucks, which I'm hoping to show you in a sec. It is in early access, so there's not a huge amount in the game yet, but definitely I haven't even got through sort of half of the tiers of materials and that sort of thing, so I've still got plenty of time left before I squeeze everything this early access game has to offer. And I should mention as well that they appear to be updating the game quite regularly. Alright, I have a feeling my truck is out of fuel, so I'm going to build another one, and I'm just going to drive there. Oops, where are we going? Just the one. Thank you very much. Now, of course, tractors need fuel, so I'll go ahead and load this up with some coal. And let's take a trip around and hopefully not drive off the edge. Alright, so these blue arrows, I'll explain what those mean in a sec. And I realise that the tractor is quite loud, So apologies for that. I'm just going to take a drive and show you what I think is one of the coolest features of the game. Haven't driven off the tracks yet, which is good, because dying really sucks. You lose all of your materials, and at this point I'm holding a whole bunch of really nice stuff. Alright. I haven't explored too much of the map yet. I understand it is quite large, but I will need to soon, because I'm starting to run out of nodes. I need some more coal especially, and hopefully some more copper. But the interesting thing is, unlike Factorio, the nodes themselves are infinite, so you could mine as much ore as you need from one node, whereas in Factorio, every spot only has a certain amount. So there's my other truck. This is sitting next to my coal power station, so I'm going to fuel it up, and I'll show you what happens, which I just think is really cool. Alright, so I bet you're out of fuel. I bet that's your problem. Let's see. Yep. No, you do have fuel. Oh, yes. Okay, so in that case, maybe I haven't turned your autopilot on. There we go. Give it a few seconds. And watch what happens. So it's already filled up. Well, it's already dropped off its coal. So hopefully, any moment now. Any moment now. There we go. Alright, and off it goes. And so, it's going to go back to that other truck station we were at before. It'll fill up with coal, it'll come back, and it'll deposit it here, and this will feed my coal power stations. So these are not actually powering anything yet. I only just built these, but all the stuff down there that I'm using at the moment, I'm using basically plant material to fuel. Like this one, for example, there, that's a power source. I will be able to connect to these coal generators, which will hopefully mean that I don't have to keep running around and refueling everything. So there you go, just a quick video as to what I've been up to in Satisfactory. If you're interested, I can certainly put up some more as I keep playing. My goal now is to get steel going, because steel is the next tier of material that I need in order to fuel this big bad space elevator. As always, thanks for watching.